All right, so we're moving on with similarity. Before, with similarity, for things to be similar, you need, and I made you repeat it in your notes a million times, right, Will? And so in your notes, Shane, what was the notes for similar? Similar definition of similar was definition of similar. Angles congruent, size proportional. Absolutely. All right. And so you had to prove 6 things, really. You had to prove, remember, the angles end up being pretty easy for most of the time. All right. Angles, you just had to prove congruence, but the size, you had to do all the ratios. And so that was a lot of work for some of those problems. So now we're going to start giving you shortcuts. First shortcut, first thing that you put down your notes is called angle-angle similarity. Angle-angle similarity. If you think of going back to our SSS, SAS, ASA congruence rules, this one is AAA. But we don't use 3s. Why do we not use 3? We don't need 3. Remember that in a triangle, if 2 angles are congruent to 2 angles, then the third angles automatically are. All right. And so the third angles automatically are, so I don't need the third angle. So I have 2 angles congruent to 2 angles, then the shapes are similar. And if you go back to when we were talking about AAA, I said we could have a 60, 60, 60 triangle. Why is that not congruent to every other 60, 60, 60 triangle? Because that just meant it was equilateral. And so I can draw a much larger triangle that is also all 60, 60, 60. All right. And so those triangles are not congruent. They're not the same, but they are similar. And so this is the first shortcut. We're going to have 3, well, let's not get a number. We're going to have multiple shortcuts. We'll just say that. The first one is angle-angle similarity. Now, we're not going to do proofs today, but having shortcuts will bring back proofs. Yes. That little symbol, yeah, that little symbol right there means similar. All right, that means similar. This symbol means triangle, that symbol means congruent. So let's get into the examples. The examples we're going to do today. This is what your homework is going to be mostly like right here. All right. Determine whether the triangles are similar and then explain your reasoning. I'm missing something here on my thing. They should have that mark. What does that mark mean? Do you know? So if they were just tick marks, not arrows, they would be equal or congruent. Arrows, parallel. Right. I didn't hear you say parallel. That's right. That is right. I'm sorry. That's right. And so now, do you see 2 triangles? That's sometimes hard for people. It's spatial recognition. You see 2 different triangles here. There's the little one, LQP, and the big one, LKJ. All right. They both have the same little corner, angle L. Is angle L congruent to itself? So angle L is congruent to angle L reflexive. What's that? Is equal to itself. Parallel. Remember, parallel had, before, we almost always used alternate interior angles. But those weren't the only ones we had. We also had corresponding. So it doesn't matter whether you do Q and K or J and P, but these 2 angles are corresponding angles. And so just for time's sake, I want to put numbers there. I'm just going to say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 because they're corresponding angles. So have I shown two angles in this triangle are congruent to two angles in the bigger triangle? Yeah? Angle similarity. So you're going to say triangle LQP is similar, not congruent, similar to triangle LKJ by angle similarity. So you just got to explain how you know the angles are, and then write this is called the similarity statement. It's always today going to be by AA, similarity, unless the answer will sometimes just be no, they're not similar. So anytime the answer is yes, it's going to be why, because of angle similarity. So your explanation needs to be how you know the angles. Last example. I only have two angles here, 90 and 44, and two angles in the other one, 90 and 47. How do I find, let's just do one triangle here. How do I find this last angle A here? Sabrina.
You write the 90 and 44 together, and then you minus triangles equal 100 and you use these, so you minus make it similar.
90 and 44, not 43.
No.
90 and 44 make 134. What is 180 minus 134?
46.
46. And so we just proved that angle A is 46. There's no more angles to be had here. So I have 90, 44, and 46. Could I find this missing angle? Yes, the same exact way. But do I even need to worry about it? No. 90 is equal to 90. We can all agree they have one in common. 90 is equal to 90. Those are congruent. But 46 and 44 are never going to be 47. So are they going to have two angles congruent? No. And so this is not similar. And so all of the problems today are they similar? Yes or no? And if it's yes, it's because you were able to use our shortcut of the day. Angle, similar. Now, the shortcut of the day is going to make your brain work and all the old math stuff. The corresponding angles, that was old math stuff. Triangles out to 180, that's old math stuff. Vertical angles are congruent. That's old math stuff. So they're going to make you reflect on all the old rules, but everything is just yes by angle, or no, not similar.